What's up, guys? Dank Rage back again, and today we're going to be talking about the new and improved updated Cyclops Godclops version 2. Now, right after the biggest update ever, I just tried to go for full energy and just try and mess around a little bit and see how I wanted to play him. But after talking to a lot of other Cyc players and theory crafting a little bit on my own, I figured it's time to give the triple damage hybrid build one more shot. Now, we're still going to be using the Cosmic Control Rod for this, just because a lot of our upfront damage is going to be energy. But we're taking away the Hand of Doom, the Mental Focus Headband, and the Iron Legion Armor Sheath for in place of Dupe Ectoplasm, Scroll Energy Rifle Focusing Crystal, and the Armor M26 Anti-Reality Grenade. Now, after actually thinking about it for a second, only using the Power Dupe for the mental damage bonus was good. It really was. It enabled a tri-build, and it was really fun. You could even throw in the Power Cosmic Legendary if you wanted to, but after thinking about it, I just got to pump it up. If I'm going to be using mental, energy, and physical, why not go full triple hybrid? So with a Dupe Ectoplasm, you're getting tons of base damage for bosses, tons of damage rating, and whenever you use a physical power, yeah, you gain some dodge, but it's not really that significant versus the other two stats. With the Scroll Energy Rifle Focusing Crystal, we're getting lots of flat energy damage rating, which is going to scale our burn, which is going to scale our other lasers and beams. It's got that 5 energy, so we're going to get a lot of cost reduction. Spirit when hit, so that you know that whenever you hit things, you're going to get some spirit back. And Scott really has a little bit of a problem with spirit, so if you don't have regen on your med kit for your catalyst, you definitely want to consider getting one of these. It will keep you topped up. Promise. And then swapping out one of the last artifacts for the Armor M26 Reality Grenade. Now, this is for mostly area damage. Now, Cyclops does do a bunch. Pretty much all of his skills are tagged area, except for, I believe, Beast. That's the only one that's not an area tag spell. I mean, Explosive Blast, Emma, Optic Devastation, Visor Off, and even Hyper Optic Beam. It's a lot of extra damage, and it's there. You get damage, you get crit, you get brute. Awesome. Plus 1 power radius is not bad either. And of course, still running hella blessings on all of them. All the gear is still the same. Here's the catalyst for the extra spirit, life on hit, regenerate, and the intel. Now, of course, the damage shield is also amazing. Always want to try and get those. And then at the very bottom, you get your 1000 defense rating. If you happen to get an armor one that's this good, definitely want to use it. Definitely do that. 1000 damage rating is nothing to scoff at. Now, looking over at the talents and traits, here is what we're running. X-Man standing by still for the Iceman proc. Optic Power for the boosted Optic Devastation. Now, when we take this, Optic Devastation does become a charge-up power, and with charge-up powers, you usually get huge damage increases when fully charged up, and that's exactly what happens with Optic Devastation. You get 100% extra damage if fully charged, and it stuns enemies as well. So it's a 2-second stun for, I think, a 6-second cooldown, 6 or 8 second cooldown. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Still running Cutting Beam for Explosive Blast and Ricochet Beam Bleed. Definitely want to think about using that if you plan to not use Optic Blast, or sorry, not Optic Blast, Hyper Optic Beam and say Ricochet Beam instead of Explosive Blast, just because the bleed is really good and it scales with energy damage. Hyper Optics for transforming Optic Beam into Hyper Optic Beam, lots of more damage, higher scaling with the damage bonuses from attack speed and energy damage through just energy damage. Plus, it gives you that slow. And that slow is pretty key because you can take, say, Iceman and Loki, I believe, that give bonus synergies to slowed targets, and you do more damage to them. So consider using that if you want to go that route. And, of course, we're still going to be using Emma, so we're not going to be using Jean using this talent. Outside of that, Infinity changed just a little bit. I'm still sticking with intelligence and spirit cost reduction. I don't really need the spirit, seeing as though the energy rifle crystal is taking care of me on the spirit front. Still rocking potency for the base to signature powers. Tilt the odds and magic bullets instead of energy, just because I feel like crit is so important for Cyclops. So important. And of course, crit damage is probably one of the best stats in the game. For Strike True and Strike Through for Soul. And then Red Shift for Space. And of course, Attack Speed for Temporal Loophole and Haste for Time. Now, the Temporal Loophole is a great scaling thing for Cyclops just because of the amount of damage that he gains from attack speed. So consider using that as well. And then moving on to the synergies. Still rocking Beast for the intelligence, Cable for the crit multiplier, Captain Marvel for the energy, Goblin for the energy attribute, Iron Man for the range and energy, Squirrel Girl, Star-Lord for the crit, Thor for the physical energy with with Emma and Beast, and then Ultron for the intel. And we got finally Wolverine down there at the bottom for the brute multiplier. Yes, Cyclops, we are waiting. But that's about it, man. Let me know if you guys have any questions or have any suggestions, anything better that I might want to try. Definitely let me know. I'm always interested. I love Cyclops, and I want to get him to the best that he can be. So I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again later. Peace.